to try to crush the gangplank. And also their AD carry. It's not going to be AD carry ban first, and we will see the Zoe ban. And that means probably Malzahar duty for SKT and for Faker himself. Wait and see if that's confirmed. I'd love to see something else. Varus banned away from Maha, a bit of a staple for him. He's usually on the Kog'Maw side of things this season. Ezreal Kog, his two biggest picks. The Varus preceding that. Only other champion was Twitch, which would be an interesting choice. So why not go for the Sivir here? As his thought would mean they have that duo Achilles, the 90-minute the dream of Azir and Sivir.
Oh dear. Here we are.
There's a storm gathering, then something could pay off big. Where's Faker going? Will it be the Malzahar for a control ultimate? Potential to all in the Azir. Ryze, usually one of the answers taken away. Zoe, one of the answers taken away.
We saw Veigar the first couple weeks of the season as well being brought out.
Pawn favorite. A support choice here. We've seen some Soraka in solo queue. We might actually see it locked in. There's not a lot of backline access outside of the Jarvan. And we will see Wolf return to an old favorite in the Soraka. We assume in the support role. Surely we're not going to see some super insanity.
Mid lane Soraka back again.
Top lane Soraka is a troll solo queue champion that does surprisingly well, but almost certainly going to be support. Faker wants to look for lane. It'll be a post-6 choice, and he already has a loss on Kassadin this season. Not been one of his most effective picks. Kassadin and Vladimir have been ones they've struggled on. This will mean the team is pretty short of wave clear. Kog'Maw with a Hurricane, Gangplank with a lot of items and some crit maybe, but wave clear compared to MVP is obviously completely night and day.
Yeah, very lacking. Not a lot of options to keep the Kog'Maw protected
ADD.
if somebody can get onto him. Flashes it for a second, but it's going to be the Rumble into the Gangplank.
So I think it's our second Rumble of the season, not being a favorite. Might be our first as well. Burns down the Gangplank, has a lot of all-in options. Interesting choice here, and he can go Ignite as well, because Unsealed Spellbook, a very viable choice on the Rumble. So it's going to be a laning-focused Rumble. Rumble and Jarvan, best friends forever, because Cataclysm guarantees the positioning of the Equalizer. Very interesting choice. Probably going to have to see Faker go for a defensive build against double AP. You'd imagine he would opt into the Abyssal Mask, even if it isn't Faker-esque. Interesting draft here from SKT. They seem to have a very different read on the meta to any other team. Going to the Soraka, a ranged bot laner who wants to stay out of threat range. Kog'Maw gets burned down by Rumble. It's one of those old counters to Twitch and Kog'Maw, was to just put the red carpet down and force him to move. Soraka also will have to watch her positioning. This is different from basically what every other team is playing here on both sides.
Big shift here for SKT. So much tankiness in the last game, not a lot of damage sources. This time, a lot of damage sources, but not a lot of tankiness. Soraka out of the bottom lane, just going to be offering up those heals to try to keep everybody sustained, but won't really be able to soak damage herself.
And Sejuani, the only person who can face check to put down vision. If they fall behind here against a mid-game comp like MVP have, it's scary, Achilles.
All right, well, MVP going to be looking to
certainly can't kill him.
Yeah, no stopwatch this time around, so Faker going to be jumping in. Equalizer comes down, ADD gets chunked out, and Faker will be finding that first blood. Tal goes low, as does Faker, but not going to be able to get the kills. Or they're in the brush. MVP going to be spotted out, but we'll be able to knock down this final outer turret in all likelihood.
They know they can walk up to it. Kassadin's still recalling, so no teleport play. Now the teleport down behind them. This is SKT's moment. Might just be a teleport cancel. Because Sejuani.
Maha just trying to make sure that they're safe over there. And Faker, he's going to go in. He's going to pop Ian. He is just eliminated out of the fight. Emperor's Divide doing absolutely nothing. Faker barely takes any damage. Now SKT are going to push the advantage as they move in onto this tier 1 turret here in mid.
Ian was on a ward and it's got popped by the Glacial Prison. That one hits from blank. Big advantage now as the world of the wave clear is gone. Sivir can't walk up. They're teleporting onto a ward. They want 2 turrets.
Faker trying to show Tal how to use a turret to keep something alive, keeps the minion in the fight as they push down. They get the second turret, and SKT, they just want to turn over and maybe look for the Baron. They have a very fast Baron taken. Ian's dead. Baron. Now going to get pinched on here. ADD waiting for the ultimate to be tossed out. Maha goes low. Devours there from Max to keep him alive. Has the public great health. Maha jumps over the wall to keep himself in the fight, but has to just go ahead and run out of there as Max gets taken down. Now ADD being chased on. Faker goes in, finds the kill with the melee hit, and even Ian gets crit down to about half HP just from one parlay.
This control around Baron's getting them so much value. It's probably going to be a Baron start here for from SK Telecom. They clear away the ward. They know that Maha is in base, still healing up. See if SKT leash it. They do. And Faker's also. Faker and Tal both trying to stop Beyond from getting in there.
Yeah, trying to gatekeep. Beyond.
No vision.
I think he wants to go for this 50-50.
Usually a 50-50 burst, and if he had vision, he certainly would go for it. Doesn't. Ends up being a free Baron to the side of SK Telecom. Good work for them, incrementally getting themselves close to this moment. Watch here as Maha is ulted. Tal's ult gets big value. Faker gets into the backline, chunks him out, and everyone is out of position for MVP. There's no front-to-back fight because Beyond was on the Baron trying to clear vision, and then Faker can just start. Rift walking in, already level 17 as this fight begins. The crits are there. The Kassadin has his eye. Looking for an aggressive play on Tal.
Yeah, going to be looking to take him down.
What's going to happen on the map as this happens, though?
Big Flame Spitter, Cannon Barrage comes down. Devourer there to keep him alive. AD will survive, and Maha picks up the kill, but that's going to be the inhibitor exposed and likely taken here on the top side of the map.
And that's why I was talking about the minimap as we were watching Gangplank die. This is against Baron buff. It seemed like a bizarre decision from MVP. They get the pick, but they lose, and the base is broken early into the game. First kill on the board for MVP. AD is going to get caught here.
Yeah, Faker roaming his way in, does a ton of damage. Equalizer going to get thrown down, but Faker can just sidestep that very easily. ADD trying to close the gap, desperately wanting to get over to Max, but it was true desperation, and it was nowhere close. Faker.
To Tal's misfortune in game one, or a serious hover by ADD. Trying to accelerate the game here.
Yeah, SKT is serious about taking down this turret. TP coming in onto the minions yet again. Chunk out there onto Maha. He goes low. Does not have the flash available as Faker chases forward, tries to finish him up, but can't quite get it. In the meantime, Ian, he goes forward, and he'll just get taken down as Faker claims the kill.
Both Ian and Maha caught at the same time. Ian had no escape plans and wanted to take someone with him. Not able to do that. Elder can be taken for SKT. A denial from MVP on a buff they desperately need.
That one down now. Elder Dragon ready to go. SKT can just pick that up, go back into the base, finish it off, and likely close out this game. It's not the fastest that we've seen, but it's methodical. SKT making sure that they don't make any mistakes that MVP can very easily capitalize.
Mid lane far away, but SKT. Gangplank ult is down, but the Sejuani ult can be used to buy space. Even an Arctic Assault forward. We're going to see a Rift walk forward instead. Yep.
Faker goes in, the turret goes down. Devourer comes out, trying to keep Ian alive and in the fight, but a huge chunk goes through onto Maha and Max as they get sent packing back over towards the fountain. Now Beyond getting engaged on. Faker goes forward, will finish him off, and is chasing forward even further with Bang at his side. Inhibitor dead, all three gone. Does SKT want to stick around for the Nexus turrets?
The answer's most likely yes. Achilleos with Beyond dead for 40 seconds. In a push in, they want to wreck this space. Ian takes a huge crit barrel.
Disgusting amount of damage. Come down to about half HP, but you can see he is not dissuaded. He, in fact, is going to go forward. Goes golden right as the Emperor's Divide comes through, and it's going to be Beyond going down first and foremost. Now Maha getting crit, gets sent back to the fountain, barely dodges out on the artillery from the Cogmaw. Will heal up, but SKT with Baron-empowered super creeps are in onto the Nexus turrets, and they are not lasting very long.
And for them to close the game, not perfect by SKT, but certainly better. Taking all the inhibitors again. 4 members of MVP at decent life totals, but even a single Q chunking out Ian.
Back to the fountain. It's just a fireman's drill back and forth as they try to get here to defend, but now Nexus exposed. SKT
they've been here before, Achilleos. Remember that game against Gina. They're showing a lot of respect to MVP.
Oh, Blank is going to get chunked out. He's going to go low, but he manages to stay alive. The Soraka heal coming through the Wish, keeping him in the fight. Faker goes in, tries to finish off the Nexus, but cannot quite get it, and I am getting Nam-esque flashbacks right now, Papa Smithy, as SKT start hightailing it out of this base.
I mean, it's the Zero and Sivir. It's the same duo. They're showing a lot of respect. No one other than Faker went in. Looking at the damage he was doing, it seemed like if they all suicided for the Nexus, they would have ended the game. There wasn't a clear call for it on this passage of play.
20 seconds left here on the Baron buff. Bot lane pretty shoved out top as well, so just the mid lane the concern here for MVP as they desperately try to hold on. Cannon Barrage comes down. Cataclysm in onto Faker. He gets chunked out, but so does Beyond. The Nexus has been engaged on. ADD wiped off the face of the earth, as is Maha. Everybody pretty much on the side of MVP going to get taken out other than Beyond, but the Nexus will go down with them. No 95-minute long game here, no breaking of the record, but SKT with Wolf back in at the support role tie up the series. We're going to Game 3.
The job is not done. SKT are not redeemed, but a step towards redemption that they feel like it will be inevitable eventually. They were able to right the ship. They did not sub out Tal for Untara. They kept Tal in the lineup. Wolf coming in for effort seemed to shore up some of their shot calling problems. They looked a lot more comfortable on the Baron especially, and Faker ended the game legendary, which will also buoy his confidence. SKT will want to come in to Game 3 and blow away MVP like so many other opponents of MVP have already done this season. MVP will say Game 2 was a mistake. The draft of the